Hi, this is Maya again with you. Right now we are going to still explore the y equals x squared graph and its transformation. So remember that we are looking at what happens to the parent function y equals x squared when I add or change the values of a, h, and k. So originally a is 1, h is 0, k is 0, and that would give me the parent function y equals x squared. As you see here, I have my parameter set to a equals 1, h equals 0, and k equals 0. In this video, we're going to look at what happens when h is not equal to 0. So the a equals to 1 is going to stay the same. A has to be 1. It can't be 0. So when a is equal to 1. Now we're going to change the parameter of h to see what happens if I add that h to my bracket. And this probably is the most confusing of all of them. So as you can see, h is inside the bracket with the x and under the square. And h is subtracted from the x. So be careful with this. Now this is my original function, y equals x squared. It has a vertex of 0, 0, as you can see here. So it has a vertex of 0, 0. It's opening upward. Beautiful. Now, if I have to move the h over and add 1 to the h. So let's make the h 1. So what do you notice here when the h is 1? What happened? Where is the red graph now? What happened? So it used to be along with the blue graph, right? Overlapping the blue graph. And what happened is that that red graph actually moved. Which way did it move? It moved to the right one. So as you can see, as h is equal to 1, what happened is we had a transformation of the original graph. It moved to the right one. Now, what if it's 2? Moves to the right 2. Now, keep an eye on the vertex. Okay, so the vertex was 0, 0, and now the vertex is 2, 0. Okay, so let's see what happens if h is equal to 3. Right? Again, the vertex, it moves 3 units to the right, and my vertex is 3, 0. Now that's telling me that if h is 1, 2, 3, 4, my graph is going to move to the right so many units, and my vertex is going to change from 0, 0 to whatever the h value is, 0. Okay, so what's happening is, if you're looking at the vertex, the x value of the vertex is changing to whatever that h value is. All right, now what if the h is negative? So let's say if h is equal to negative 2. Now we see that the graph has moved to the left 2. What if h is equal to negative 4? The graph moved to the left 4 units. Now my vertex, instead of being 0, 0, it's going to be negative 4, 0. So that h value is the same as the x value of that vertex. So how would I know that this is the h value? So remember that your original parent function is y equals x squared. So if I have y equals, open bracket, x, and now let's pick a value for h. So let's say h is 1. Now remember that your equation is x minus h. So if h is 1, it's going to be x minus 1. Okay? So it's going to be x minus 1 squared. So you see that if h is 1, my equation is going to look like x minus 1 squared. And it's going to move 1 unit to the right. Now, if h is negative 1, or if h is negative, let's pick another value. Let's say negative 2. Okay? So if h is negative 2, then what's going to happen is you're going to have y equals x minus negative 2, right? Which we don't usually write that. A minus and a negative right after each other makes a positive. So it's going to be x plus 2 squared. And you see that now your graph have moved. So from 0, 0, it moved 2 units to the left. Yes, it does look like it's positive in the equation, but remember that because originally in the equation it's a negative, then it's gonna be the opposite of what you see. Okay, so it's gonna move 2 units to the left if it's a positive in the equation, and it's gonna move to the right if it is negative in the equation. So if I have x minus 2, it's going to move 2 units to the right. And if it's x plus 2, it's going to move 2 units to the left. Okay, so what we call this horizontal translation. Horizontal translation, it's moving left and right. Okay, horizontal is the horizon, so the x value. And then that's going to affect the x value of the vertex. Okay, try different things. So try different graphs. So you can do like x minus 0.5 if you want. Okay, so you see that it moves 0.5 to the right and the vertex is 0.50. Okay, you can try x minus 7. So it moved 7 units to the right and then the vertex is 70. Okay, you can try x plus 7. We see that it moves 7 units to the left and the vertex is negative 70. Okay, hope that's helpful. So this is the H perimeter. Now remember, at the end of the day, we're going to have to look at all these different transformation and translation together and see how the new equation is going to be transferred from the original one.